G'day, trendsetters. It's day 3 of the Canvent calendar. Old friends of mine, I call them friends. Whether they call me a friend or not, that's another thing. But Keiju, I tried to just find my Monster Mash t-shirt. I've known them for a very long time, since before they were called Keiju. And I have got their original Monster Mash t-shirt, but I couldn't find it. So this is Keiju, another fiercely independent, award-winning brewery. They did very well at this year's AIBAs. They raved about this beer. I haven't had it much, to be honest. Anyone who's watched my videos knows I've brewed a Cerveza this year, which was good. It's a good one. And I used polenta to really get that corn flavour, and it was a good one. So this is going to have to be good. I did try it. I was at a gig at the Forum in Melbourne, which is the one sort of across the road from Beer Deluxe. I shouldn't have even mentioned that name. They don't need advertising. And I don't remember which gig it was. I think it was Infectious Grooves. Something cool like that. But anyway, I went to the bar and I looked at their thing, and just normal. I think they have a lot of Mountain Goat or something, or whatever, and a lot of normal beers. You know, Carlton Draft and VB, stuff like that. And I saw this on tap, and I went, oh, that can't be expensive. It's Kaiju's Cerveza, you know. Geez, I bought a, which they put in a plastic cup. And it was still I don't know, it was more than that. I think it was like $14 a plastic cup, and I wasn't quite impressed about the pricing. And so, being in a plastic cup, paying way too much money for a Cerveza, or whatever you want to call it, a Mexican beer, put a bad taste in my mouth. And I love Keiju's beer. Their Hoppy Red is the one that got me into them, which was their first beer, I think. That first year, I did a video many, many years ago where the first Ballarat Beer Festival, I think it was. And they only had their cider, which they still have, the Golden Axe, I think it's called. And they had a Hoppy Red, and they had a very special double Hoppy Red or something like that on tap. And I stayed there way too long and annoyed them all afternoon once I found them. And they won my beer of the day. But anyway, we're here today to drink this is the third beer in the Canvent calendar, the Bridge Road and Friends 2024 Canvent calendar. Cerveza. I keep looking down here because I can tell, hopefully, that we're in focus. Let's have a go. And this is a glass supplied by Curious Craft. You've already seen this glass though. And thanks to Curious Craft. Alright, let's get this in. It's got a lovely light colour, as it should for a Cerveza. There's kind of a slight haze to it, which I wouldn't have expected. And I shouldn't have stopped the pour halfway, just in case there is a can slug. Oh. There is a slight haze, which I didn't expect. It smells right. It smells exactly like a... And by that I mean there's a bit of yeast there. And I always think... Actually, it's mostly yeast, this one. But I always think there should be a little bit of that... like corn in it. I know some people might freak about that, but I think that's how you tell the difference between a Mexican lager. I've talked about this in my other videos. A Mexican lager and like an American light, or a, you might even go as far to say, like in Australia, maybe a it's horrible to say, like a Great Northern, but no, they're way more flavour than a Great Northern, but. Because they're light, kind of light in bitterness, but there's still a bit of flavour there and aroma, and I think it needs it. Like they do, and it's corn. You don't use rice or too much sugar. Sugar's okay, but you need that corn in a Mexican. That's what makes it different from the other styles to me. Like you can have your Japanese rice lagers, and rice can even be in the American light lager type styles, and even the Australian ones if you wanted to. But once you use corn, and if you use it right, it adds something that I think belongs in a Mexican beer or a cerveza. But to me, that's what makes a cerveza, or because cerveza just means beer, right? But we often say it to call it an American, a Mexican lager. But it's just a Mexican beer. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't need lime, or of course you can put lime if you want, but they shouldn't need it. They shouldn't need it at all. And this beer doesn't. This is tasty. It's a lot better than I remember it warm in a plastic cup at the Forum in the city. It's nice, dry. There could be more corn and less yeast. That would be my only thing. 23rd of the 8th. So it's quite new. It's quite young. I don't know how long they'd age in the brewery. It's less than 2 months in the can, which is a good thing for me. But, that yeast thing's probably going to drop off a little bit as it ages a little bit. Very easy drinking, very summery beer. Of course, it's going to go well Mexican food. It's going to go well at a barbie. It's going to go well if you're mowing the lawn. My wife would love this. It's just a good beer. 1.3. I haven't gone over the can again. It doesn't say anything on the can. I guess it doesn't need to. It's hitting a market that it should. It's 4.4%. Full 375 mil. Alright, so that's it. I talked way too long again. These are supposed to be under 5 minutes. That's just gone for 11. I'm going to have to edit, which wasn't the plan. Take it easy. Cheers to Nat and Callum and the rest of the Keiju mob. Monster Mash. Love you guys, you know that. Take it easy. And a Curious Craft for the glass, because it's a very nice glass. Thank you.